Welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Alone at Night. I don't know too much about this. All it says is quarantine leads to a night of terror. I think I found it on Redbox. That's where I'm going to watch it. But I think that's where I learned about it. And I thought other people were in it for some reason. But I already got it ready to go. Ashley Benson. Don't know really who she is. But she leads the cast. But then as I scroll through, I only see Paris Hilton's in it. And Pam Anderson. Oh, and Louis Guzman is in it. That's not who I thought. I thought it was a different movie I thought I was going to watch. But anyway, I don't know. Here's the other bad news. 3.8 on IMDb. Only 298 people rated it so far. So, how long is it? It is an hour and 30 minutes. So, short film. So, I'll get into it, find out what it's about, give you a better idea, let you know what I think. So, stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Alone at Night, and I have to say, there were no check-ins. It wasn't worth it. Very interesting. I think I said this is a 3.5 on there, and let me just start talking, because I don't even know where to start or where to end. I'll give you a better idea of the plot line, right? So, the plot line, so there's we're going to say a crowbar killer. So that's kind of set up that this guy goes out and kills people, right? That's kind of in the beginning. You don't know too much about it. We find out more, of course, but that's the beginning of it. Then they have like two different things going on at once, essentially. And the main part is our main actress being picked up by a friend and driven to a cabin where she hangs out for like multiple days, 5 to 7 days. I forget how. They do roll through the days, like day one, and do all that kind of stuff. I forget, though. Didn't care enough to determine how long she was there. But that's her whole thing. She's there. Now, she happens to be a webcam performer. So while she's there, she's performing on webcam, and that's where Louis Guzman comes in. He's like a customer of hers. But, you know, she gets in scantily clad outfits and performs online for people to pay her. Whatever. The other scene that's going on is this called Trap House, which is a reality TV show hosted by Paris Hilton of, I believe, stars. I think they're supposed to be, they're not, nobody I knew, but I believe they're supposed to be stars. And they're all trapped in this house, and they can't leave, and it's during COVID. All this movie takes place during the pandemic, right? So, you're watching it, and what's happening to her, so the main focus is on her, and it seems like she's watching this while she's away at the cabin. So she turns on Trap House as part of her nightly entertainment. But, you know, she's doing her thing. She's making videos. She's meeting other people. So she meets the she meets the sheriff, which is Pam Anderson, and her deputy. She meets a truck driver who happens to be the cousin of the owner of the house. He's there. And she also meets a neighbor that lives down the street, you know, whatever. So there's all really the characters. Meanwhile, she feels like something might be going on. You know, her door's being left open, that kind of stuff. So she's a little leery of everything. But really, as I say all that, that's really all that's going on. You know, I don't think she's kind of being hunted. But she doesn't necessarily know that, and that's the crowbar killer. That's what's coming in there. You know, you see things going by the window, and I think if you see online, there's one where he's standing on the roof kind of thing. That's like the cover story. So we kind of know that. She doesn't know that. She's just kind of being on her own. But as movie viewers, we know what's going on. So I felt like watching this whole movie, like they threw a lot of stuff in to keep us interested or to extend the film. You know, the fact that, you know, her being, you know, what she was, her profession, this whole trap house kind of thing. Like, I was like, is this just a distraction? It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, I get it, the fact that she's being hunted, essentially, in this cabin. And she never speaks to her friend who drops her off again. So, you know, I wasn't on my phone enough, like, to say that I was distracted. I was kind of interested, but I felt like I was sitting here like this, like, you know. So, I always, you know, kind of tell people how drawn into the film I am by how much I'm on my phone. And I didn't feel like I was. But I felt bored in a sense. Not, I don't know. It's different. It's, you know, I didn't need something else to stimulate me. This was okay. You know, I'm not going to say the acting was great and everything was good. The cameras was pretty bad. There's a piece, you know, when we get to the end, when everything's really starting to happen, the camera angles really just made me almost nauseous. You know, and I just thought, ugh. So you got like that kind of stuff going on. But all in all, when you watch the majority of the film, I feel it wasn't that interesting. I was kind of bored. I understood the plot line. I knew what was going on. Some of the things were like, I don't understand why they're doing this extra stuff, but I didn't concern myself with that. That's really how the movie made me feel until really the end. And at the end, I kind of thought it was cute what they decided to do. Not the dramatic climax of the movie. You know, what happens with the guy who's hunting her and everything. All of that is, you know, what you would think is going to happen, right? So you have to figure out who is who, but otherwise it's like whatever. You know what I mean? It's nothing. I don't think it's anything special, in my opinion. So up until that point, I was like, just another one of these types of movies. And then they did a little something post dramatic climax that made me smile, made me laugh, and made it slightly more interesting. You know, took that 3.5 and made it a 4 for me. Or, you know what I mean? Like, that's really what it did. And, again, I applaud the people who do this. I think they did it on a decent budget because it really takes place mainly at the cabin. Not that many characters except for on Trap TV who really didn't have a role. Well, I guess they sort of did. I don't know. So maybe it was a little bit more. I mean, Paris Hilton was in it, and Pam Anderson. What am I saying? And the girl, whoever the main star was, I think Isabel Benson or something like that. I forget what her name. She was in actually Spring Break. You know, Ashley Benson. Sorry, Ashley Benson. She was in Spring Breakers or Spring Break with James Franco was in that one. Whatever. So I don't know. It felt like it was a little too gratuitous, if you will. Is that the right word? Maybe for me, you know, a little bit more, you know, and I thought that was the kind of viewer they were trying to bring in. And so I almost felt like kind of bad watching it. So there you go. Like I said, I was just going to talk on this one, nothing planned. If you're interested in anything I said, cool. What I would recommend if you do watch it, make sure you watch it. Don't quit on it, because and see if you like the last piece that I'm talking about. That kind of made me smile and was like, okay, all right, you know. That was funny. So there you go. That's all I got. Can't tell you anymore. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.